Folks, the lying Liam is running now for the mayor of Cape Town. The lying Liam is on a quest to decampaign the DA in the Western Cape. And I don't know if you've ever been to the Western Cape. That is the only functioning province in this country. Forget about Cape Town as a city. Let's talk about the Western Cape. The Western Cape is the only working province in this country. And my guy is decampaigning the DA by saying the DA has made it virtually very impossible for people to afford to stay in Cape Town.
Best run city, but you make it unaffordable to live in. Best run city, but our communities are unsafe. Best run city, but we can't afford our rent. Best run city, but you've made it so that young people can't own homes. Best run city, but this is what 800,000 rand gets you in the city. That's why we have to make Cape Town an affordable city to live in. We have to make Cape Town a safer place to live in by healing our communities. And we have to solve the housing crisis in Cape Town. Because right now, it's only the best run city for some of us, when it's supposed to be the best run city for all of us.
And the last time I checked, the lying Liam is not even from Cape Town. The lying Liam. This is the problem with South Africans making influencers members of parliament. Now we have taken ugly boys and put them in politics just because they can be influencers. You remember how he used to decampaign Gayton Mackenzie, going around in swimming pools and stadiums saying Gayton Mackenzie built them while he was running for mayor somewhere there in the Northern Cape. And then, you know, he used that as momentum to run now as president of the PA to get power to be president of South Africa in 2024. Of course, that didn't happen, but he was grilling Gayton on that. No, even in parliament, Gayton was called to account for some monies that were stolen, you know, and this boy was on his neck.
Thirdly, when you say I've done something wrong, quote the act. Don't quote your feelings. Thank you very much, sir.
Honorable Liam, JACOBS, proceed.
Chairperson, I would like to ask the Minister, does he contend that there may be a conflict of interest, Chairperson, between himself, the person who was leading the interview panel, and the Chairperson of the board? Second to that, he has still not answered what his understanding and his rationale is behind appointing these individuals. He has not explained that. He said the act this, he said the act that. He has not explained his rationale.
Honorable Liam, JACOBS.
He has a rationale to act from, Chairperson.
Honorable Liam, JACOBS.
A couple of weeks later, now we just hear the lying Liam has joined the PA and now he's campaigning to run as mayor for Cape Town. He's getting pimped in politics. This boy is actually getting pimped. Man, embarrassing. Embarrassing. When he was in DA, no, the DA worked. You know, Cape Town was amazing. And this is so sad to see this. I mean, he used to tweet things like this. This is so sad. Now that he's got pimped by gangsters, gangsters have lied to him. These convicted criminals have lied to him and said they're going to make him mayor. And unfortunately, I don't see you beating Louis there in Cape Town. You're just not going to do it. The people in Cape Town, IQs are not small, you know? IQ is relatively very high in Cape Town. They're going to say, I say this because there's a lot of white people. I don't care. Look at me. I don't care. I don't care. More truth. This is what we give over here. We don't care about none of this. But this boy is just getting on my nerves. Every day I think about this boy because he's just not genuine. I don't look at him and see a genuine politician that really cares about the people of South Africa. I just see a person who will say and do anything, really, for political office, for political clout. Because remember how he started? He started out as an influencer, doing TikTok videos, like that tattoo boy with earrings in the nose. I mean, they all look crazy to me. That one eventually joined the MK. I don't remember his name even. But crazy guy, crazy guy. These young socialists that mushroom out of nowhere and start telling South Africans about race. It's always race politics. We must debate skin color. We must come here and debate skin color. Similar as people like our Ashley Sauls. I mean, these people, I don't like them. Ashley Sauls now wants us to focus on the idea that Yena, he's a colored combined with the Kois and the Sans, combined with the white people, combined with the Chinese and the Indians. Bro, we don't care. Look at me. I don't give a shit. We don't care, bro. Are you South African? Do you care about South Africa? Do you work for South Africans? When he came out, guns were blazing. They looked like fresh young people in parliament. Them and Abu Liam Jacobs, like they are out here to fight for South Africans. They are holding people who have political offices accountable. But, birds of the same feather flock together. This is what they do. Just race baiting, complaining about race, being pimped around for ideas they don't fully believe because, it's fitting to make some political back. It's so easy in this country to be out there making money. I don't know how people do not see this. People like myself, they won't take us to hate. South Africans wouldn't take me seriously because I'm not scamming them. I'm not hustling them for votes. I'm not race baiting about nothing. I'm not getting them to feel sorry for themselves. We're just out here telling the truth. No, South Africans won't give attention to that. They want somebody to tell them, bro, you are a victim and you are oppressed by another group. And for you to win, you have to subvert power from that particular group. Usually they will say, we have to fight with the whites because apparently the whites stole everything. As if Abu Zuma never stole nothing. This is not an excuse for white corruption, but I'm just like, look at your double standards, people. It is Friedrich Nietzsche who said, the line that divides good and evil cuts through the heart of every man. It's the yin and the yang, this thing. For as much as you accuse others of evil, you are as much capable of equal and more evil, if not checked. Aristotle said, absolute power corrupts absolutely, We no longer even say just power corrupts. No, absolute power corrupts absolutely. We are seeing this through the ANC. So it's like, it's not only the whites. And this obsession with the fact that the white people have oppressed the black people for hundreds and hundreds of years, put them through slavery and colonialism, as if colonialism is only an evil ever committed by the whites. There was a point in history, people just do not read. There was a point in history where half the whole world was colonized. Africans were selling slaves to the West. People do not want to hold African chiefs to the same standard as they are holding the whites. That's my problem. I'm not speaking for the whites. I'm just saying the double standards are crazy and it's high time we just get over them, We have a country to save. Just a few weeks ago, the rand was manipulated. SIU uncovered that 2 billion rands was looted at Tembisa Hospital. Just a couple of weeks ago, this was news. Now it's no longer news. We have to listen to Abu Liam virtue signaling about Cape Town. We have to listen to pseudo-feminists telling us about putting purple profiles on our profiles. It's like, first of all, on my social media, that is my social media. I'm not letting no feminist or no woman for change tell me what to put on my profile. Y'all can go to the nearest hell and kiss each other and hug each other over there. We're not doing that shooning over here. We're not doing that. We're not virtue signaling about nothing. The great women that I know do not look themselves as victims. That's the problem in society. We listen to so many dumb women and dumb men telling us about how we should organize our society. And I'm getting sick and tired of it. And I know I'm not the only one. And I need you to know, if you're out there, that you are not the only one. I think the world is going crazy, and it should be people like us who have common sense ideas to come on here and debate ideas. People do not want to debate. They want to make you feel bad about not doing as they want you to do. It's some sort of control mechanism they're trying to put on us. If you do not put a purple profile picture, you are a bad person. That's what they want. Just because I didn't put a flippin' purple profile picture, I'm therefore a bad person. It doesn't matter what I do in my life. It doesn't matter of the immediate people I help. As long as I didn't put a purple profile picture, I'm a bad person. And I say, if that's how it is, and that's how people want it to be, I say, let it be then. I don't give two shits. I don't give two shits, bro. Life is too hard for me to be worried about flipping purple profile pictures. I'm worried about the rand. They're manipulating the rand, these people. Abu Liam are lying about the fact that Cape Town is inhabitable for everybody, that we have to give power to them as the PA so that they bring the standard to equal. He's joined convicted criminals, convincing us that we should give them the only province that works. I'm worried about that. Power in South Africa. Leon Schreiber of the DA, that nigga, me, everybody can get it. If you do something that doesn't make sense, you can get it. Leon Schreiber introduced a couple of days ago that they are going to phase in digital IDs. They are phasing in digital IDs to control us, to censor us, to get us overly vaccinated, to get us controlled and complying to their stupid ideas. These people do not want South Africans with freedom. Freedom doesn't exist in their vocabulary. Liberty doesn't exist in their vocabulary. They want to control us. If it's not Abu Leon Schreiber wanting to control us, it's the feminists wanting to control us. It's everybody and their mama trying to control us. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm just sick and tired of it. Some people will tell you, oh, just because you do not support BEE, you hate black people. It's like, do you understand how dumb that sounds? But you have to be relatively smart to understand how dumb it sounds. Just because I do not support legislation that promotes corruption, all in the name of being black, I hate black people. Apparently, that is the case. We shouldn't preach prosperity. We shouldn't preach freedom of speech. Apparently, freedom of speech shouldn't be a value we try to uphold. Seeing people as individuals and treating people as individual South Africans who we are going to work together and build this country is a crime when you do that. When you look at people in that way, it's a crime. You are a bad person. Firstly, the people within my community will ostracize me, the black people, and say, I'm an Uncle Tom, I'm a better black. And if that's what you think, man, I feel sorry for you, because it just shows me how dumb you are. It's a long way to go. Long way to freedom. What did Mandela say? Long walk to freedom. It's a long walk to freedom, ladies and gentlemen, if that's what you think. But I digress, I digress. It's Abu Liam. Liam, I think, what did JACOBS say? JACOBS said, you've come a long way, but you went the wrong way. That's what I feel about him. He started as a young, good politician within the DA, saying the right things. And then we quickly saw his influencer personality took over him. He just wants more money. And he, just like every other politician that's in the space right now, they just want, their piece of the pie. They want to be attached to power, meaning they want political office. This is what they all want, these people. It's not about helping South Africans. It is about dividing us along racial lines and pinning the blacks against the whites, against the coloreds, pinning the men against the women, pinning, the middle class against the poor. For them, the objective is for us never to see ourselves as South Africans. Because imagine if all 64 million of us stood up and took a stand and said, no, we want people in power who say South Africa first. If it's the jobs, we need to be prioritized. We need to do away with the government that is killing us through taxes. Inflation is off the roof. People cannot afford basic living. Those are the things we must be fighting for. Crooks and criminals are stealing this country, working with criminal syndicates. I do not have the time to be concerned about skin color. I have no time to be arguing with no feminist about putting a purple profile picture. I have no time. The country is burning. This is a country that we must save. That's what we must do. That's what I'm concerned about. Not these damn gimmicks of politicians doing political party hopping and trying to mobilize votes by pinning us against each other. Now they want you to hate Helen Zille because basically she's white. You must hate everybody else that's white in this country just because they are white. Doesn't matter how they help you. Doesn't matter if they are a good person. Even if a person is black, they don't want you to see them as a good person. No. You must see them as black. You must see them as what. All these labels that they put on each other. And I'm just getting sick and tired of it. That is low IQ thinking. If you're a high IQ, you just want a South Africa that works. Literally. Basically, it's just like, we do not want a government busy harassing us and telling us what to do, who to associate with and who not to associate with. I mean, who the F are these people to begin with? Imagine Ramaphosa all the way from his rich mansion in Sandhurst telling me that I have no right to interact with Mr. Van der Merwe because Mr. Van der Merwe did something very ugly in apartheid before I was even born. Imagine. Mr. Van der Merwe is probably a middle class nigger somewhere trying to feed 7 kids with his wife. Ramaphosa is a flippin' billionaire. He's telling me I must be angry at Van der Merwe over there. I don't have no time for it. Ramaphosa himself said the Western Cape works, and it is high time his councillors find out from the DA councillors what they are doing better in the Western Cape. He said that with his own mouth. But all of a sudden, when these people campaign for votes, it's a different story. Western Cape is racist. They don't want black people, but it works, you know? And it's like, what has happened to the white people of this country? Where are your balls? Just please stand up and speak against all this nonsense. I know a lot of you are scared of losing your jobs, but it's like, you're not gonna lose your job, nigga. Just as long as you're telling the truth, you're not cussing at nobody. Nobody's gonna take your job. Like, you telling the truth. So just stop being cowards sometimes. Me, I said everybody can get it. The black people can get it. The white people can get it. Colored people can get it. Because I look at you as an individual. If you're an individual and I feel something is off over here, you're getting it. Sorry. So, ladies and gentlemen, hit that sub button, hit that like button, and open your notifications because we are here. We the people see the truth, know the truth, and spread nothing but the truth. Your boys are here.